Vitamins, supplements, maintenance medications, makaka-break ba ng fasting? Isa ito sa mga common na mga questions when it comes to low carb and fasting nutrition. So fasting, ito yung pag-aayuno. By definition, wala kang kinakain. Usually, maraming ways and means to do fasting. Kapag ito ay Holy Week, sometimes we fast on other pleasurable things. Sometimes when it comes to activities. But when it comes to nutrition, we are always looking at one important thing, which is the calories. Because when we are fasting, nutritionally, gusto natin i-deprive muna yung ating katawan from further food, further nutrition. So most likely, kapag ang isang bagay ay merong component with calories, it can already break a fast. However, sa mga hindi na newbies sa ating low carb and nutrition and fasting lifestyle, maraming mga fine questions, mas expert level kumbaga, hindi na beginners. So there are other items na walang calories but considered to be breaking a fast. Pwede siyang mag-break ng fast because it can have some impact sa ating katawan as if meron tayong kinakain kahit ito ay hindi nagko-contain ng kahit anong calories. So these are zero calorie na mga food and drinks pero ito ay may lasang tamis. So the zero calorie na mga juices and sodas kahit pa wala silang kahit anong laman, but since they taste something like food, it tastes mostly like fruits, it can still break a fast. So the main thing here would be the vitamins, supplements, and maintenance medication. Yun yung topic natin for today. So vitamins and supplements, by their names, it's actually for nutrition. So it's still nourishment. So strictly speaking, it can break your fast. However, certain vitamins and supplements are also electrolytes like pure potassium, pure magnesium, pure sodium. Those are considered to be okay when it comes to fasting, especially sa mga gumagawa ng longer fasting, extended fasting, or dry fasting. But you have to make sure kung ano ang component ng supplement na ito. Because if it's in capsule form, in tablet form, mostly it is made with cornstarch or starch or anything na pampadikit, and it's mostly still merong kakaunting carbohydrate, kakaunting calories. And if you are in need of serious healing, yung very strict talaga, mostly it is applied for more serious conditions like cancer, end-stage terminal diseases. Yon mas strict, mas importante because anything that can break their fast, even yung iba nga, toothbrushing alone using toothpaste na merong tamis, they are already reacting. So depende yan on how badly you need healing. However, if you're just using it for just like, for example, resetting your body, prevention of diseases, or sometimes kung gusto mo lang magkaroon ng parang cleansing na hindi naman ganun ka-strict, you can accommodate those vitamins and supplements. Kasi kakaunti lang naman yon. Like, one capsule, for example, of B complex, baka meron lang yung 1 gram of carbohydrates. So, strictly speaking, carbohydrate pa rin yan. That is still 4 kilocalories. But if you are also not very in need of healing, then our body can accommodate it. So, it will be up to you. But strictly speaking, it can already break a fast. If you want to do clean fasting, then better to stick with just water and then plain tea, plain coffee, and for the supplements naman, when it comes to electrolytes, you can just have pure salt. Pure salt is like, eto yung pinaka-safest na ating electrolyte need, and it's also the most important. So, if you think hindi mo talaga kaya, then you can just break your fast. Or if you can, then you can prolong it. You can extend it as long as you can because by general definition, supposedly, meron tayong ini-intake na vitamins and minerals during eating window. So, if you can extend it to as long as you like and consider the moment na magte-take na kayo ng vitamins and supplements, it is already part of your breaking a fast protocol. So parang nagbe-break na kayo ng inyong fast. But of course, if after intake of that, you still can extend your food fasting, then you can do so. Say for example, magkakaroon ka ng vitamins at 16 hours or at 18 hours, and then pagkatapos mong inumin ito, you feel like you can still fast a little more. You want to have your first meal at say for example 20 hours, you can also do that, especially na marami sa nagpa-fasting are doing it for weight loss. However, again, we emphasize that for those who are in need of fasting for healing, especially serious conditions, then you might want to stick on clean fasting. So clean pure water, you can have soda water, you can have alkaline water, you can have just regular as long as it's clean water, and then plain coffee, herb teas, wag yung fruit teas, those are considered part of clean fasting. Vitamins and minerals and other supplements are already considered part of parang dirty fasting. Okay? Hindi naman siya dirty na marumi, but it's dirty as in you might limit the process called autophagy. So autophagy is one of the reasons why we do fasting. Autophagy is the self-cleansing mechanism and recycling mechanism na na-activate sa ating katawan the moment we are already fasting for around 20 to 24 hours. After that one, na-activate na yung autophagy. Diyan yung nagkakaroon tayo ng clearing when it comes to our thinking, and then also yung mga inflammation, pamamaga, and build up ng mga waste products sa ating cells, they have more chances of being cleansed out. And lastly, how about maintenance medications? Paano ito maipapasok sa fasting? So of course, when you already have maintenance medication, so for example, for diabetes or hypertension, you have to consult your doctor. Fasting is not recommended if wala pa kayong alam. You have to know first kung ano yung kailangang bantayan. But generally, medications, you have to ask your doctor if this medication should be taken with meals or without meals. Because if it's with meals, so dapat you take it during your eating window. But if your doctor says that this medication kailangan on empty stomach, like the maintenance medication for thyroid problems like the levothyroxine, yung gamot na yan, kailangan talaga empty stomach. So when you take that in, that is considered okay while you are on a fasted state. Habang hindi ka pa kumakain, of course, you have to take that kasi nga, magiging effective lang siya kapag wala pang laman yung tiyan. But that can be already breaking a fast. But since you need it, so you prioritize first your body needs. So you can just take that during your fasting window because that is allowed during fasting or should be taken on an empty stomach. But for other medications na kailangan talaga with meals, then you can just move it to the time that you are eating. Anyway, sa mga nagsisimula pa lang, it's usually just at least, no? Or at most 2 meals a day or kahit mag 3 meals a day ka pa. But you can still do fasting. Say, for example, your last meal would be 6 p.m. By 8 o'clock in the morning, that's already 14 hours of fasting. So by breakfast, you can already have your morning medication. And then by lunchtime, kung meron pa kayong medication for lunchtime, you can also take that. And for dinner naman, you can still take your medication for dinner, but you just have to take it a little earlier so that makakapag-fasting pa rin kayo as little as 12 to 14 hours can already do so much, especially if you will eat nutrient-dense, low-carb meals during your eating window. Para naman, yung fasting ninyo, yung benefit na makukuha ninyo with fasting will not just go to waste. So those are the things that you can think of. Personally, there's one supplement that I consider taking because I believe na yung benefit niya is worth than the effect of the breaking a fast. So it is melatonin. I don't take it regularly, but in times na nahihirapan akong matulog and in times where I only have little allowable sleep, say for example, meron na akong 4 hours to sleep at hindi pa ako makatulog, I have to get up early, that's actually the time that I take more melatonin. For others, natatakot sila dahil baka hindi sila magising, but our body can just override the melatonin. But the melatonin is very important when it comes to healing, when it comes to resetting your body. So I usually take it when I cannot sleep and I only have limited amount of time allowed to sleep. If kailangan kong umalis ng maaga, if I need to get up early, that's the time that I take melatonin. So usually it's late night na, and since we try to eat our dinner as early as possible, so usually naka-fasting na ako niyan. But that time, I allow melatonin because I know that even if mabe-break ko yung fast ko by taking melatonin, but it's just very, very small ha, sobrang liit lang ng melatonin, I know na mas kailangan ko siya so that the rest that I will have, the sleep that I will have, will become melatonin rich. Akala ng iba, ang melatonin ay sleeping pill, but no, melatonin is a very important hormone. It could even be considered as the most important antioxidant sa ating katawan. Kaya nga lang, because of our lifestyle, because of artificial light, because of what we do, exposure to gadgets, nasisira yung ating natural circadian rhythm at hindi na tayo nagproproduce ng ganon karaming melatonin at night when we are supposed to be resting with melatonin-rich na tulog. And so, to help us, at least meron na ngayong maraming melatonin to help us with our sleep and establish the repair mechanism na kailangan ng ating katawan on a day-to-day basis. Usually, I have melatonin with me, pero naiinom ko siya maybe once or twice a month, and I also don't get dependent on it. And one thing, if you don't want to take melatonin, you can just make sure na nagpapaaraw kayo every day. So actually, vitamins, supplements are not really necessary if you eat low carb, nutrient dense foods. Nagpapaaraw kayo araw-araw. You are not avoiding salt, especially the essential ones, minimum of 1 teaspoon of salt in a day. That is just the minimum sa ating RDA, that the required daily allowance of intake of sodium chloride, which is very essential sa ating katawan to also balance the other electrolytes in our system. And if we are not avoiding real nutrient dense food, meat, seafood, vegetables, the fruits, you can just do away with that because it's too much glucose. So you can get the vitamins and minerals na present in fruits from the vegetables, but lower the calories and carbohydrate content. Walang masyadong fructose, walang masyadong glucose, and organ meat. So if you can eat 1 to 2 pieces of organ meats in a week, that is already good. So eat variety of real foods: chicken, pork, beef, isda, seafood, itlog, many more. Wag lang puro chicken breast parate or wag lang puro pork chop parate. Although personally I know I can eat with just pork alone every day, pero that is not the best way also. We can make sure that we complete our macronutrient and micronutrient needs on a weekly basis by eating variety of real food, nutrient-dense food that is in our JGC Rojo food list. Meron tayong safe list dyan, and try to avoid the ones na nasa caution list and danger list. We have a video about it, JGC Rojo food list explained. Pwede niyong panoorin yan to help you, to guide you. But today, yun yung ating tanong: vitamins, supplements, and maintenance medications, makaka-break ba ng fasting? The answer is yes and no, and it will depend on you if what will you prioritize, the healing from fasting or the vitamins and supplements na pwede nyo naman actually kunin and kainin from their natural sources during your eating window to enjoy with the people that you love, so that it will become more memorable and also mas masarap yung kain if you are with the people you love, and also having a memory that you can cherish all day and for the days to come. So maraming salamat for those who ask for this question. If you have questions, we check randomly sometimes the questions na we feel like hindi pa natin na-address, and we will do another video for that. So thank you. And for those low carb and fasting masterclass natin na enrollees for CKD, we will now upload the day 19 and tomorrow and the next days for day 20 and day 21. For those of you who wants to be a part of our exclusive group, just message our admins. We will go live tomorrow for Q&A sa ating LCF Masterclass group. Right now, hindi pa tayo makakapag-live in our Facebook channel. You can make sure that you are always updated and you are always on the go and ready for our spontaneous live episodes like the one we do right now. We are live in Phuket, Thailand, and papunta pa lang ako palabas. It's already 3:22 in the afternoon at naka-fasting pa ako. I will prepare my food and I will enjoy my last day here in Phuket. I'll see you in our next video. Remember to always stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Maraming salamat everyone. Have a good day. Have a great day. Bye.